There are moments in life we spend years dreading. We see them coming, we lie awake thinking about them. We build walls around ourselves just in case. My guest today spent decades doing exactly that. Kathleen has dealt with depression half her life, and she knew the day that her daughter was going to go off to college could be the thing that prompted her to return to a dark place she has known before. So what happened when that day came? She surprised herself. My name is Melissa A. Woods, and this is Bravery in Motion, where we don't look away from the hard stuff. We walk straight into it. Today, Kathleen walks straight into it. And I promise you, if you have ever expected yourself to break, you need to hear what she found on the other side. Came down here to Albuquerque to visit my dear friend Kathleen and her daughter Lizzie, graduated from high school today actually. This platform is based primarily on people's stories and anything that they want to share about their journey and their healing and their bravery. I had asked my friend Kathleen if she wanted to be interviewed, and she said, of course. She actually has a really interesting story. Her and I have known each other, I think, 30 years? We've known each other for about 30 years. Yeah. 32, wow. The main thing that we were really talking about was the high school graduation and some of the challenges that Kathleen and Lizzie even separately and even together. But I think that her story is a really good one and could help anybody out there that could possibly be in the same situations. What I want to do is turn to Kathleen here. And if you're comfortable sharing some of the challenges that you individually went through, or Lizzie, or you both together. I know that Lizzie, there was a time that you didn't think that she was going to graduate. Yeah. You want to talk about that?
Her choice. Yeah. So I want to start by saying I don't really think my story is particularly amazing or heroic or profound. Or I know lots of people like their challenges might be much bigger and greater and deeper than mine, but this year was, I have to say, was a really hard one. And it came with a lot of excitement and expectation and pride. My daughter's very intelligent. So the high school graduating process for her wasn't really related to academic struggle. It was really just related to struggle with depression in different ways. I have a diagnosis of major depressive disorder and I'm treatment resistant. So in the midst of the changes of her leaving home, it also wasn't a great year for me of treatment and finding a way out of this really dark season. In the midst of it then, she was feeling, I think, so perhaps anxious or overwhelmed or maybe ill-equipped to go off to college, which was, she was offered a great place here in New Mexico. That's all I'm going to say. She wants to be a vet. She's going to want to do those kind of studies. But then with her feeling like, I don't know if I'm ready I don't know if I feel grown up enough. She's also young, just graduated a year early. I don't know if I feel grown up enough to go off to school and all on my own and making friends and So all of a sudden she started to think about, maybe I won't do graduation the traditional way. Maybe I'll not go to school this year, repeat the year or something like that. And then for me, in the midst of that, it was, how do I accept that feeling of, okay, as a parent, I'm just going to say, you do this year. Yeah, it was just the bravery. For me, continuing to show up on a daily basis for myself and for my daughter, when really all I wanted to do was just hide and let the year just pass me by, because I just felt so lousy. Every day was a big, tiring, overwhelming struggle. So it's been a little, and then the little bit of scariness too of, like, I'm a single mom, so it's just me and my daughter, and we've gotten over the last 2 years to a really good place where most of the time, almost all of the time, really loved having her around. So it's like facing both the joy of your child going off to college. This is also going to be kind of lonely. But I tried to really, one of the things I tried to do was to use her excitement about the future and how I was excited about all these plans she has for herself. And it's going to be, if her career works out the way that, and that she'd love it to, and I'm sure she's capable of. Use her excitement to also fuel me to be excited about that too. And to get out of my own space about more about the future, as it's a new beginning, so you're a graduate, it's also a new beginning for the parents too, in many ways. Especially if you're a single parent, your big focus has been that child. So it must have kind of like a reinvention. I don't know, what am I going to do with my time? I get to do all kinds of, I can turn this into an exciting, adventurous time too, because I no longer have a child that will need me as much. It'll be in a different way. It was a big year, this whole graduate year, I think, for one of the biggest in my life. And then today was graduation, and it all went off exactly right. So the bravery for me every day is just choosing myself in the midst of the faith and the future that I know that God has for me. That God has for my child, to just get up and give it a try, and show up for myself instead of wanting to isolate and hide and be like, oh, this is my time to go into my little cave. And I'm sure there's many of you out there that feel that way. Just continue to being brave part is pushing through all the little voices that sort of want you to quit a bit or not push yourself as much if you would tell your child to push yourself, right? It's like trying to look in the mirror. Everybody's telling them, reach for the stars, live your dreams, go out there. And that voice was that, as I say it, like the finger, the one, point one at someone and 3 point back at you. Same thing with the words, of all the encouraging words I wanted to pump into her. I had that to face for me. And it's been a really cool journey. And I'm in a really good place. I've been really blessed by friends like Melissa. God sees us doing our part, and we show up. And I show up. And the two is turning for me with some plans and dreams for the future. So.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So that was really good, Kathleen. That was really good, and I appreciate you being who you are and sharing your story, because I know it's going to help. It's going to help someone out there that is maybe struggling with something that you have talked about. Thank you. I love you.
Welcome. Love you too.
Okay, stay tuned. There's more to come. Love you.